You are listening to the number one podcast made by two guys 40 plus who keep their friends close, but their enemies closer. Yeah, I like that. That was good.
That was good. That was a good one.
You like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Luca Brasi swims with the fishes.
Oh, yeah. So those little, you know about that thing? What thing? That thing.
That's a different movie.
I know, but the whole aspect of all those movies I love.
The thing? The thing? Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's just so many, you know.
The first thing or the second thing?
Person? Oh, no. You're thinking of the other thing.
What other thing?
The other thing, the downtown.
Oh, the thing downtown. You mean the first thing downtown or the second thing downtown? I was just uploading the episode. I didn't read it yet, but we just got a warning.
Why?
There's new rules for on Anchor.
What kind of rules? What do we violate?
I know that there's new rules and stuff, so I guess we have to be careful with what we talk about.
Are we like personally getting a warning, or is this a general?
No, I think it's a general warning of misinformation.
No. Okay. So what I'm saying.
Okay. So I got something that I have to get off my chest, and we'll get to that right after this. Okay, and we're back, and I've gotten a little criticism, so I wanted to point out, and I didn't want to mislead our audience at all, but almonds don't have teat.
You're sure? Where's the milk coming from?
It's a very interesting process. You cannot, and I'm going to have to admit the truth, and I want to apologize to our audience that you can't milk an almond. But there is milk in the almond, but you can't actually milk the almond. It's not a regular milking process.
The person that
So I don't want to be responsible for giving out misinformation or disinformation as we talked about what can and cannot be milked.
Right. Well, you did. Well, two things here. Like on our last episode, we were talking about Joe Rogan with the argument of the misinformation of COVID. So I think that you're absolutely right. We've got to be careful,
right?
Because we don't want to be canceled.
I don't want to violate rules. I don't want to cancel. I don't need like the vegetarian police coming at us or anything.
I think you're taking the
vegans.
You're taking the correct
we support vegans. I like vegan food, you know.
Okay.
Because of my lactose intolerance problem, I do eat a lot of vegan cheese and other vegan items, and I happen to like it. Remember we had that vegan last summer? We had that vegan pad thai.
Yeah, when we wore our matching black shirts.
Yes, yeah, unintentional. We did not call up. Then what are you wearing? Are we going to match?
Vegan pad thai.
But it was good.
But it was so random for both of us to like eat for me to order something.
You ordered that? I'm like, yeah.
It was like really.
That's what I want.
It was really.
Wasn't it a nice change?
It was.
I know. And then you know what the funny? It's hot. You know what it's hot. It was like 80 degrees out. We're sitting outside in that alley, which was really cool. But I'm just like, I'm not in the mood for a heavy dish. And then like our wives order like ribs and steak.
I felt like I was like kind of like on vacation a little bit, like
in
Italy,
nice.
like in like a little alleyway or something. Even though I've never been to Italy.
I have. I saw a mafia shakedown
in Italy.
Yeah,
you were
not me personally. No, I saw it.
What did you actually see?
Okay, so I'm walking in Florence, right? Firenze, and it's me and somebody else. We're walking, and there's an alleyway, and I saw like a guy, two guys, and like he's pulling his shirt over him and like beating him.
You didn't step up?
No, I wasn't getting involved. No, I can't. I'm not. I wasn't a made man yet, so I couldn't take the chance. I don't know. It might have been just a random like somebody beating up, but I figured I was in Italy. It was like a mafia hit, so that's what I go with. That's what I always say. I'm like, yeah, so a mafia hit. I came back to the apartment. Like, it was so cool. But, they're like, you can't do anything. I'm not a made man. They don't know me over there.
I mean, did you have anything to do? Because I know you were very active in the 70s as a young child.
Of what?
Did you have anything to do with the making of The Godfather or Goodfellas? And,
no, I had nothing.
I feel like you might have had a little influence. Like,
no, not me.
You know, like
maybe somebody else in my family did, but not me.
Like, you know, when he goes to Italy to get out of the country for a little while, maybe that wasn't your idea.
No, that wasn't. No, what do you want? In the 70s, I was 4 or 5 years old at the time.
I thought you were working in the city in the 70s.
I was working in the Bronx when I was like 5, but not in movies yet.
I don't know. Some people have the knack.
And by the way, no, the Godfather took place in like the 40s.
Yes,
50s,
but it was 30s. Filmed when was it filmed?
In the 70s.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
I wasn't involved. I wasn't even a thought in anybody's eye. You weren't a history buff yet? No, I wasn't a thought in anybody's eye at the time when it took place. I knew it was Bazzini all along. Don't you mean Bruno Tattaglia? Tattaglia's a pimp.
Can you do me a favor this one time? I'm sorry. I can't do it.
What?
You know, when he was about to take him down.
Oh, you mean when they were walking away
from the house to the car, and he said, "Tom, what was
Sal.
It? Sal goes,
Sal,
Tom, can you
give
for old time's sake?
Sorry, Sally, I can't do it.
Can't do it. It was like, so, and they're like so composed. He knows he's going to get killed.
Yeah,
and it's just like. It's just so it's like it was crazy. It's so good.
Rocco,
I feel like going home and watching it now.
Oh, Rocco, take the gun. No, wait, Rocco, leave the gun. Take the cannolis. After he shot him in the head. And you know the bridge, you know where the beach club is?
Yeah.
And you know the bridge?
That's it.
That is the Sonny Corleone Bridge.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy when you do pull up because it does look.
Well, it's gone through a little bit of
It's gone through renovations,
makeup,
but you can see it enough.
Like the tall grass is still around. And my wife's like, why do you always have to say that when we go over the bridge? I'm like, duck.
Oh, is that what you say?
Sometimes.
Kids get down.
What do you mean? Sonny, it's Sonny. It's going to get
Kids
hit.
Can't go through a toll booth for the rest of their lives because...
No, just that one.
Traumatized
And still,
them.
you know what? You know what the best part is? Still old school. You still have to pay. It's not Easy Pass.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny?
Old school.
It's old school. Yeah. And like for around here, like the bridges are like $15 and there's like
$2.50. I know. And they got one time we had a booklet. We used to go down when we lived in the city. We used to go to the beach club. So we had the pass. We didn't even have to wait online.
Did you go to that beach club when you lived in the city?
No, we went to a different one down the street. Yeah, it wasn't as fancy as the one we have now. Believe it or not. I wouldn't even. It was a hut.
I wouldn't call it fancy, but
compared to where we were,
I heard some of the other ones are not.
Yeah, and it's not like and the maintenance that they've had. I mean, the amount of paint over that is there. I don't. You know, they repaint and they don't strip anything.
At the place that we go.
At the place that we go.
Oh, I was just gonna say. The
original paint from the 50s is still there. But
30 layers underneath.
Yeah, there's still that. But if anybody's ever seen the Flamingo Kid, don't tell me you've never seen the Flamingo Kid.
Are you kidding me? I've probably seen it 50 times.
Right. The beach club still has that feel to a point, some of it.
There is a little bit of it. It's yeah, I guess you have a point. The Flamingo, where was that? I wonder which beach club that was filmed at.
Ask my wife, she knows.
Was it around here?
Yeah. It was one of the clubs down there.
And where was the house
Rockaway,
that they pulled up to? You know,
his house? Yeah. I'm guessing Westchester. I have to watch it again.
You think it's Westchester? You only live Long Island?
Maybe. Where else would it? Great Neck?
I feel like it was somewhere on Long Island.
Probably.
That was a great scene when he pulled up and he'd never seen anything like that before. He's all like in this
nervous,
nervous, and
Janet Gretzky.
Yeah.
So that's his girlfriend.
Is that goldfish? It's koi. It's koi.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you know what? I see Stock Boy.
Oh right.
Yeah, I want to take you up on your offer. I want to go into sales.
Right.
Listen, kid. Nobody's going to buy a $10,000 automobile from a 17-year-old punk.
Yeah. I see Stock Boy.
I see Stock Boy.
What do you want? But but it was interesting, you know, because it was his parents decided to stay in Brooklyn, and his friends moved out to the island. You know, it was that time. It was that kind of time in the New York area.
Yeah. But his family was very old school.
Right, exactly. Like certain people wanted to move on and certain people didn't and stayed. And that's what happened. Speaking about not staying, Tom Brady, how about that?
Yeah.
He's walking away.
Is he?
The GOAT. The greatest of all time. Now he's definitely her biatch because he got no salary coming in, and we all know Giselle, as we've done our research again. This is not misinformation. This is information. This is truth. She is pulling down more buckles than he was.
I think that's going to flip real soon.
Oh, you think
he's
so?
Either going to get some kind of a contract for either being like an NFL commentator or show, or he's going to get something. He's got his TB12.
First of all,
he's got his TB12 line.
Yeah,
which is not that.
It's no Michael Jordan.
No.
It's no Jordan.
No, but
I don't think you're going to see Tom Brady on any football jersey, NFL, like they have Jordan.
No, yeah.
Jordan Brand. I'm sorry, outshines Tom Brady.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
as we saw that video previously, which proved a good point.
Videos on that. Yeah. I mean, the argument of who's the greatest athlete of all time. Everybody.
I don't consider. I think he's the greatest. I don't know if I can even call him the greatest football player of all time. You have to.
It's a hard conversation to have because his stats are mind blowing. He stayed healthy
for 22
years.
Well, he missed one season with a 20 ACL.
I mean, he
was 6 Super Bowls, 7 Super Bowls,
7, I think.
Okay,
out of 10,
right?
2 losses to the Giants.
Yeah, baby.
That's the only stat that matters around here.
I know. Thank you, Eli.
Yeah. Eli, but
Eli beat him twice.
Wait a minute. What?
Eli Manning beat him twice.
But wait, there was a backup quarterback for the Giants.
Didn't beat him? No.
Who played the Super Bowls?
Eli.
Wait. How many Super Bowls do the Giants have?
Are you kidding me with this right now?
I'm trying to wait. Now,
4. Phil
4.
Sims, Jeff Hostetler.
Jeff Hostetler was what I was thinking. And then
Jeff Hostetler didn't beat. My God!
It's the Broncos, and
I apologize for this misinformation. Anchor better not get us.
Having a little bit of a
brain fart
here. Yes,
old age.
Yes,
coming in.
This is why the show is called.
Yes, we hit an aging immaturely moment.
But
do you consider? I mean, there's so you can take basketball, and I understand we were listening to this commentator earlier between shows. Basketball is different. You put Michael Jordan out there, dominates the game. And truthfully, the greatest basketball player of all time, hands down.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was. No. Can you call Tom Brady the greatest football? I don't think so. I think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. I think he's the greatest Super Bowl champion of all time. But where do you classify him athletically versus, let's say, a Lawrence Taylor? Whereas, because I'm just saying, Lawrence Taylor could change the game.
That's what I was just going to say.
By himself.
That's what I was. You were thinking exactly what I was saying. If Tom Brady saw Lawrence Taylor in his prime turning the corner to come at him, it might have been it could be a very different outcome.
Yeah. Not only that, but being a quarterback, if you don't have an offensive line, you don't need the greatest receivers. Gronk helps. You don't need the greatest running back. But
Gronk is incredibly reliable.
But without a decent offensive line protecting you, you can't do anything. And he wasn't the kind of quarterback that had that kind of athleticism to run. So, So he's He's the greatest winner of all time. Whereas Lawrence Taylor could change. Right.
He's a great leader.
Whereas Lawrence Taylor, regardless of who's playing defense, can change the game himself. Tom Brady can't do that. And I'm taking nothing away from. I'm not taking nothing away from Brady.
Brady has taken control of marching down the field with 2 minutes left on the clock and getting the ball down.
Not denying that.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. I think it's a very hard. He's had very good coaching.
Yeah.
He's had a very good team. He's had great support around him. But I mean, you have to give the guy credit. I mean,
I think last year, when he won, he proved Belichick, that I could do without you. I didn't think it was a big for the ego that I could, and Belichick, couldn't do anything.
It was close this year.
What?
He could
have, but it didn't. Right. But even so, Belichick came back, and I think New England had a good year with a rookie quarterback. Mac Jones played great. He had Cam Newton wasn't for the Belichick system.
Yeah, there's a rotation. There's always a rotation in sports. Eventually the team has to break up.
Right, but are you? We saw the Steelers in the '70s and the Niners and the Giants in the '80s. So will we ever see? I mean, even with all the free, it's very difficult to see something like this again.
Take something like a little bit different.
Okay,
a Walter Payton.
What about him?
How good was he when he was in his prime?
Oh, phenomenal. Sweetness was great.
I mean, he could move down. Yes, Brady can throw unbelievable passes, but you put some of the highlights of Walter Payton out there.
But even so, you take somebody like Walter Payton, that position isn't. The game's changed, and there's not that much emphasis on the running game anymore.
On the passing game,
there's more emphasis on the passing game than on the running game. Right. So it's devalued the value of running backs. Look, Saquon Barkley, second pick in the draft, bust, unnecessary pick.
I mean, if you ask me for different aspects of the game and being talented at it, Gronk was right there.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like that Jordan Pippen kind of
right. And then Jordan left and Pippen sucked. Some players, right place at the right time. That's what it is.
Hey, you're not going to give me the ball? I'm not going to go on the court.
He didn't want to take the shot at one point.
He wanted the shot.
No, he didn't want the shot. When Jordan retired, he didn't want to take that shot.
No, when Jordan in between the 3 and 3, right?
Whatever it was.
Yeah. And Phil Jackson.
Baseball Mike.
One more. And they made the call to give it to the center, what's his name, to take the last shot, and he made the shot.
Yeah.
And Pippen was inbounding the ball. He took that as an insult.
Tony Kukoc
took the shot, made the shot. They won the game.
Right.
But Pippen said, "I'm not going back in,"
or something happened.
Yeah. So that's,
I get it.
I don't know why.
See, I wouldn't do that to you.
Is that like an? That's well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But that's a really big ego. I mean, are you playing to win the game, or are you playing to be the hero? But you have
to have like we were listening to this guy earlier, and we were discussing it. I mean, and in the Jordan thing, he was he was a dick because he wanted to win so bad.
Yeah.
But let me ask you something: do you get to be that good, or do you get to be the CEO of a company by being nice?
No.
Exactly.
No.
It's a personality trait.
You're going to piss people off along the way.
Right.
Because you're going to have you can't go with the herd mentality on anything. Because if you do, you're just going to be part of the
right. You have to stand. It's a personality.
You got to take a stance.
You have to be able to take the hit.
Yeah. Sometimes it works.
Sometimes it doesn't. But you got to be right. Look, sometimes you hit the shot, and sometimes you don't.
Kaepernick. He had a whole career ahead of him. Took a stance on something, which is fine.
Yeah.
He believed in it. That's fine.
But
it changed his career. Same thing with Neil Young.
At least Neil Young had enough of a career to, and at this point, it doesn't matter. I don't think at this point it matters. But you know what? You talk about Kaepernick. I might not agree with him, but I respect him for taking the stand.
They had the coolest sign outside of Penn Station, and when that went down for Nike, and it said,
"Right,
when you believe in something, you're willing to risk everything."
Yeah,
You know,
and you got a $20 million contract from Nike, so there's nothing to cry about. You're not playing.
No, but I mean, there's definitely a part of him that wanted back.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, he did his own little combine. And, he wanted back in.
He stunk at the combine, from what they say. But who knows?
I love those billboards.
But I like I said, I might not agree with him, but I respect him for what he did. Yeah, freedom of speech. Look, you can take a stand. Great, fantastic. And you just have to be willing to deal with the consequences. You see, if that's what it is, you know, whether right or wrong, there's consequences to it. And don't go pointing fingers at people when it doesn't go your way.
Well, I think it goes to the thing like this goes on with athletes. It goes in
business.
No. I'm saying it's with famous people.
Yeah.
When people are famous and they make a lot of money, they become very opinionated, and they think their opinion is really,
wow.
They don't have the background for, like, a lot of times, I feel like, for what they're talking about.
I understand where you're coming from. I'm not disagreeing with you. But if it's but you have to, I think what comes, that if you're going to take a stand, comes a certain amount of responsibility with that, because you do have more of a voice, more of a platform than the average Joe. That's what I'm saying.
I think you need to play within the bounds of what you're supposed to do. Take somebody like a Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
A Mariano Rivera.
Right.
They were very good athletes. They were class acts.
Right. They didn't,
they did their, charities.
Yeah.
They did a really good job, and they went out classy.
Yeah. Stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classy.
Whatever happened to that? Aren't we supposed to come up with a tagline every week? Well, we do now. We have, check us out at The Real Aging Immaturely.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Web traffic is way up on that.
Yeah. What can we? All right, we're gonna have to come out with something.
Yeah, eventually.
I mean, the show's almost over, so what are we gonna do?
Stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. What the hell does that mean?
Stay in your lane.
Did you see that guy shooting at another driver from inside his car?
No.
Yeah. Road rage. The guy was it was in Florida. Duh. I was watching a movie the day and said, yeah, this is Florida. Everything's in a legal shooting range here. But the guy's just like trying to pop somebody in his car. The country's gone mad.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. We're out of control. This COVID thing, restrictions start to have to go. People are fed up. You can't take it. We're going to spontaneously combust. We're going to turn into a giant mushroom cloud at the rate this country's going.
And then when things get quiet in the news, you get a headline like this. An asteroid is going to pass the Earth closest than it's ever been.
Right.
Than it ever has been.
And nobody cares.
And it's like 2.7 million miles away.
Right.
And like,
can you even fathom that? It's like it's like I'm waiting for it's 4 miles from like the equator or something.
4 miles from the equator. I mean, you're talking about millions of miles away.
Right. And I'm thinking, how long is my trip to go skiing? How many miles is that? And that's pretty far.
And then you hear the things like I think I saw something. The Earth's core is cooling.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever that means.
It's only like 20 billion degrees now.
Yeah. I don't know.
It dropped like half a degree.
I don't know. When you dig in the sand, it gets cold down there. I don't understand when does the heat kick in?
I don't know. Well, there's lava coming up.
No, but like
in the ocean.
How far do you have to dig down to hit some heat?
I don't know.
Because we know that the center of the Earth is ridiculously hot.
Yeah.
How far down are we gonna have to go?
You know what? I'll tell you what. On the first episode at the beach, we'll take our shovels and start digging and see how. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably get thrown out if we dig a hole that deep.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably clay. It's probably fake sand.
No, it's all real.
Yeah, you sure?
Yes, it is. I've seen it.
So we're going to erode the beach.
Yep. You have to bring this in. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Aging Immaturely. You can check us out at therealagingimmaturely.com. Good night, and God bless. And that's going to do it for today's episode of Aging Immaturely.
If you have a product that you would like to discuss on air, please email us at agingimmaturely@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Aging Immaturely.